live, and we are back, and we are ready to roll. I was thinking about what we were working on yesterday with the having to. Oh, we don't need this anymore. Look at that. Get rid of that. Having to do the reverse on. Let's see here. I restarted my computer last night. Having to do the reverse here for the unsigned short. It actually makes sense because Erlang doesn't have a concept of Indianness, and so it was receiving the bytes being sent from the front end tests that were in big Indian, so we actually had to, or in little Indian, so we had to force big Indian for it to happen normally here. But then when this would actually send it, it didn't actually specify any sort of Indianness back to the client, so we actually have to force it. So that's actually not that big of a surprise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a little helper function here. So just put it at the bottom and call it num to bytes, or num to binary, I guess. That'll work, I guess. And we're just going to call this num to, and we're going to take the number, Erlang term to binary. Actually, we'll do this, make it a little bit more readable. And then we're going to do Erlang binary to list. Here we're going to do Erlang. Oh no, we don't do that. Enum drop 4. And now we're going to change this to big Indian, so we're going to do enum reverse, and then Erlang list to binary. And so that'll take care of that. So we should just have to do here num to bin, that's it. Oops. Num to bin. So now let's run our tests. Let's see here. Now we're going to do mix test -- include integration, and now we run our integration tests here. Hopefully, yes, okay. Close some of this down. We don't need so much open. And it should still pass. That one passes, and this one passes. So that was a good change, so we can just do that the same thing here. Num to binary. Num. Actually, I'm curious, is this, that just shots 2. Maybe we should specify how many we draw. So call it bytes, right? And so here we're going to do 2. Actually, what we'll do is make this even simpler. We're going to do fp num to bin num, and actually we'll do byte to bin. Oops, wrong language here. Should be able to do comma do, so we can just put it in one line and do num to bin, and that would be the number, and we're going to drop 2. I should have 4. Oh, it is 2. Okay. Oh no, that's correct. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so, and we're gonna do short to bin, and this will drop 4. Okay, and this would be short to bin, short to bin. This is gonna be byte to bin, byte to bin. There we go. So let's make sure that runs once again. They pass and they pass. Okay, so let's continue on. So we're going to start with the front end hacks side, and we're just going to duplicate this and should read unsigned int, unsigned int. This is going to be 4 bytes each, so 12. Read unsigned int. And did we actually do this one? That one is not implemented. So we're just going to do read int, read int, read int. Int, int, and this should all work. So now this will be not 12, this will be actually 16. We just want to just read an int, and let's go over to our Elixir side. We're just gonna v, y, p. So v is for visual mode, you can highlight. Y is for yank or copy. P, put or paste. So we have read int, and we're going to do, I think this one we don't actually need to drop anything. But let's do this. Okay, so send, we're going to do 5421 num to binary, and we're going to do 0. Num to binary. This will be 0 as well. And this is going to be num to binary. It's also going to be 0. Alright, let's see how this goes. And we forgot to actually add the number of tests. Darn it. We're up to 10 tests now. And that one's still stuck. Read int. So here, I'm just going to set as 4. Read int. Inspect. Read int. So it is there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's do enum, no, IO inspect, and figure out what's going on there. So it's doing first two and then 0 looks like a problem. Because it is a problem. We're not sending 4 bytes. And it's still stuck. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't see why it's not sending 4. Okay, read int IO inspect send 0. Oh, I'm gonna need this to be the correct number. So doesn't seem to be sending. Excuse me. So let's find out what's going on here. Stream bytes available. Is this sleep? Yeah, sure, why not? Is it stuck on wait for read? No. What's going on here? Trace length ready. Sing 22. Let's say, instead of not equal to 16, let's say less than 16. Saying there's 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bytes. So let's find out what's going on here. Erlang list to binary. Erlang. Let's see here. We have the util lib util. It's get value. Game server util into value get value. We don't have that. So Argument error. Get value. So it should go to this one here. 131, 110 should be the curious. See if this is what we need. Just out of curiosity. That ain't gonna work. Short tube in. Not what I wanted. So that actually passed. So I'm gonna roll with it. Well, I ended up probably taking this out, keeping it. But till then, we're gonna stick with that because for some reason it was set on sending 6 bytes, and I don't like it. So let's continue on. Put. And we're going to read float. Oops. And this one's going to be very clever. I think this one's going to need to be, how did we do this on the float? Float is 131.70. So do one quick thing here. S mix Erlang turn to binary. This one comes out to 8 bits. And so one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are humongous numbers. And somehow it keeps finding ways to stay. There we go. There's 9. Okay, so we're pretty safe there. We're going to treat the float. Unfortunately, float's going to be tricky, I think. Yeah. Looks like we're stuck with looks like that's a coincidence, all the 51s. Yeah, there's no method to this. There's no method to this at all. So we're just going to stick with doubles for now. Just want to kind of get through this and start getting more to our game. read double from socket. I'm going to do this. Read double. Bytes available will be, say, times that's 32. We don't need that anymore. We don't need either one of those anymore. This would be 32, and we're going to read double. And our read float is essentially the same thing. But we can't do that. So we're just going to stick with that. Okay. Read double. And I'm sure there's a way to, I'm going to do some research today. I'm sure there's a way to force bytes in Erlang to certain byte numbers, but we're just going to go with this for now. I just want to kind of get going, and we can continue with this until like indefinitely. This will all work. Okay, so now we need to go make the test for it. So let's not do the thing we mess up first always, which is change this and read double, and that's 3256. Uh, 5499.5499.515878, and this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's run our tests. There we go, it passed. That is fantastic. Okay, so things are looking on the up and up. There's a trace we want to get out of here. And I just want to run it one more time for good measure because I love having passing tests. Just feels great. There we go. Passing tests. Okay. So now I'm going to escape out of here. We're going to get status, git add sources, git add test status. So we're going to keep the integration tests where it's not running. In fact, we're just going to use a comment here. We don't want the integration test to run by default because there's too many dependencies. Add test of having the server run, but we should be running it regularly anyways, but I don't want to commit it where the test won't run, so we're going to keep it that, since it does require a special compilation flag. So we're going to say added final read, oh, you know what, we didn't do read UTF bytes. Should read UTF bytes from socket. And we're going to add that in here right now. So read double would be read UTF bytes, butes, and 32. let's make it easy on ourselves. We'll do smix. We'll do hello world, Erlang term to binary, and we're going to take that. I wonder if we can just take the number of bytes, 131, 109. I bet you that signifies it's a string. So it's Erlang binary to term. Yeah. So I'm going to do Erlang binary to list, and we're going to enum drop 2, and hopefully that'll give us our hello world. So set this to 12. I'm going to do v yank put read UTF bytes, and we're going to send hello world. I'm going to do Erlang term to binary, and we're going to let's make this cleaner. Erlang binary to list, enum drop 2. I don't know for sure if that's it, but Erlang list to binary, and here we go. Kill that. Here we did not do this. Enum count 15 bytes. 15 bytes. Assert are equal. Hello world. Stream read UTF bytes 15. And that's not going to work because we don't have our integration test on. There we go. And what did we get here? I think what we need to do is we need to do enum.reverse. Is it enum? Yeah, we need to reverse it so that it's big Indian. So it's still not quite there. Hello world. So we don't need that. Let's see how far away we are at this point. So this one says value blank. All right. I wonder if we need to do it actually here. and no. Strange. Even has a parenthesis or a bracket. So try this. What is hello world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Technically should be 11. Saying 13, but I think it should be 11. Find out. Yeah, it should be 11. So we're going to drop 6. I have a feeling that something is not being correct. Does this work? Something ain't right. I have a feeling it's something in here. I don't know. Seems right. But this is being returned backward. Now if we do this, what happens? Oh, okay. Huh. I would expect it to be that. So, alright. I don't know. I don't know sometimes. Sometimes you just go with it. Just go with it. So now, get status, get commit, added integration tests for read, get, okay. Get status, get add test, get commit, add integration tests for socket reading, get push origin, master date, get tag 2016 05 17 08 51, get push that. Oops. Origin. Okay, so there we go. We got our socket working. I'm going to do some research and finding out more about not having to do this byte trimming, see if there's a way to just convert them to the exact number of bytes and make this a little bit more explicit, I guess. I mean, it's pretty explicit now, but hopefully it'll clean up some of that. It seems sort of silly to have to do some of these weird things, but I've been doing a little bit of research on the side to see what's going on, but it seems to be kind of the name of the game is doing it this way. But I'm going to find out why it's, I wonder if we could just trim off these bytes and turn them into floats really effectively. Anyways, that's it for today. And tomorrow we'll get into sort of implementing some server-side stuff, and we'll get back to our front end soon, and we'll get our character move around with another character. We'll start having two characters at the same time. So that'll probably be within the next, hopefully by the end of next week. So let's do it, and let's keep it rolling. You guys, happy gaming, and I'll see you tomorrow.